I gotta get this free lawnmower. I saw the ad on Facebook Marketplace, and I remember seeing this, like driving through the neighborhood today. Some people just moved in, and they had this in the driveway. And I thought about trying to buy it from him, because it looked like he had been struggling to get it started. But I didn't. So I saw the ad, and I was like, oh hell. I'm not even gonna bother with messaging him. I just rode down on my moped to his house, and I asked him about it. I was like, is anybody coming to get this yet? And he was like, you can have it if you want it. It's like, sweet. And he also gave me a part that he had laying around from a lady's car. Converter and everything, manifold. Look at that. Fit my girlfriend's car. That's the problem with this. I mean, it kind of runs like crap. And this spindle's locked up and all rusted. This pulley's rusted. So I'll probably just try and get a spindle for it. Deck belt looks fine. I mean, everything looks fine. First thing I'm gonna do is take this battery out. This looks from 2019, it'll probably come back. It cranks a little bit, so let's see what kind of cranking amps we got on here. That's a recipe for disaster right there. It's got the cheapest battery you can get. Yeah, that's old. Let's strain that. Water in it too. Look, cut myself up taking that off. Shoot, ouch. I'm gonna drain this carburetor. It started running real bad. I was gonna ride it home, honestly, but is it tightening? No. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing apparently. I'm gonna leave this out too. That way I can test it once I get the battery charged up. No need to test it. It's down, stuck down. Sweet. It's broken, but it's broken in the right way. Look at that. No need to worry about this guy. Looks like I got a valve cover leak to fix too. So I got this deck off of here, and from the looks of it, the problem is the spindle and bearing themselves are fine. The pulley is just separated from here. I don't know why. And this is seized. So this needs to come off and get lubricated. This needs to come off and get lubricated. I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna take this off. And I'll probably end up taking this off. And I just wanna see, you know, what's going on here. Still not super familiar with riding mowers. But again, we're not building a spaceship. It shouldn't be too complicated. Battery's still charging, got some fresh cheap pump gas in it. We'll see. Yeah, so here's what happened. This came off of part of it, and if we look down in here, needs a spindle. So I'm just gonna get both spindles. Drive belts look fine. This one's a little torn, I guess, but I mean, it's still solid. This one's fine, so that's fine. This has that NTD shift on the go with a variable speed pulley, which is this right here. And really just the position of the pedal controls the speed. Yeah, not too bad. That runs good. I can hear some clicking in the valve trains. It does need a valve adjustment. which is fine because it needs valve cover gasket too. I just wanted to make sure it ran all right, and that was just it running through that old gas at first, I think. So, like I said, I just want to make sure it ran all right before I went ahead and ordered the spindles and the belt. I went in and changed the oil. I got this at Tractor Supply recently. I just been putting that in there. So now I'm going to take this hood off and get it ready to adjust the valves. Obviously, I need to let it set for a while before I could do that. So yeah, it looks like this is all pretty simple. I don't know how this looks like. I'll probably take these off and then that stuff down there. Well, that was pretty easy. Now I just got a bunch of 3/8 bolts here, 4 of them, and I'm gonna jack this front end up just a hair so the oil doesn't come pouring out of this. Learned my lesson last time. There's our leak, right there. Doing this is fairly easy, even if you don't necessarily have the right tools. This looks like a, what, 5/8, 16, yeah. So this actually adjusts the valve, and then you should take some kind of Torx bit and put it in here, but I'm just gonna use an Allen key. So these were set like above 10 thousandths each. So I'm gonna adjust this one down here to 4. This is 4 on the end and then 6 up here. So we'll just bring it down. We want a snug 4. So that's about right. And we'll leave that in there. So then we'll hold this right where it is, lock it in. Good, it's a solid 4. See, 6 won't go in there. That's good. It's probably 5, but whatever, it doesn't matter. It was like 10, so that's fine. I'm gonna do the same for the other one. And I adjust these, I don't get it at top dead center or anything like that. I adjust these, you know, I just get the one side down and then adjust the other side. So it's easy, you know. I did a double layer of just the cheap black silicone, one underneath the gasket along the ridge on the valve cover, and then one up here. That's just going to, you know, keep it from leaking. It did already have a leak, so that's why I did that. So I'm gonna get this tight, and I'm just gonna, it said let this cure for 24 hours. I always do that with silicone, so I'm just gonna gently snug each bolt down, then go in and tighten it to as tight as I should feel. So I went ahead and cleaned the plug, and I noticed that this plug wire here was touching on that, so I put some of this automotive wiring heat protection. Oh shit, their awning just blew over. That sucks. But yeah, I put some of this wiring heat protection stuff here, and that should be fine. Just trying to prevent future problems. I want this to last a while for the next person. So people throw these away at the slightest issue. So you just got to prevent all the issues, it seems, even the ones that would be super small. So it's about, I don't know, a week later, I'm working on this Bolens, and I'm getting this deck situated. I finally got my parts. Took these off, you know, wire brushed all the rust away, and then hit it with my favorite stuff. So now I'm gonna switch these spindles out, switch out the deck belt, and just kind of get her going, you know. So this, you know, and I also went ahead and fixed this brake on this one. I didn't film it, it's pretty easy. But the brake was sticking, so I took it all apart, lubed up the pins in there, and adjusted it. So now the brake works. And now once I get this deck all back together, this thing will be ready to go. So what I need to do, like I said, is just switch the spindles out, sharpen the blades, put the new belt on, and I should be set. I'm inches away from just grabbing the torch. Oh no. Looks like we got enough. Well, I guess penetrating oil really does help then, doesn't it? See, the edge of this blade is kind of flattened. That's from the spindle wearing, I'm thinking, and it whacking the side of the deck here. Not 100% sure, but that's what I'm guessing. What in the hell? There we go. All right, let's get the new one in. Oh, there you go. I can tell that wasn't greased. Whenever it starts to get hard to push on this, I know it's full. That's probably good. Yeah. All right. Oh. Hearing a slight squeak from under there. Yeah, the pulley's fine. It's just a really cheap belt, so I don't know if this holds up with me like cutting some really tall, thick grass with it. I'll probably say it's fine. I'm definitely gonna cut some really big yards with this before I get rid of it. But I have about $55 in this right now, and it's definitely in really good shape. So I don't know, this is probably worth $350, at least $400. It doesn't look all that much different. It wasn't too dirty. The main thing that really cleaned up was the engine. Wow. That's done.